It's the things that cause us the most grief that actually elevate us to places that we never imagined we'd be. We don't want to go through any grief-related event that we've dealt with. But the reality is, grief is tantamount to growth.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Grief Empowerment Livestream. I'm Jay Lewis, and we're here to talk to you today about transformative challenge and turning it into opportunity so that you can unlock your unlimited potential. Today, I have a topic that quite a lot. I'm talking about regret. Regret is a circumstance that allows people to make a job with their dreams and their feeling. That's something that a lot of people don't want to do. But feeling is an opportunity to gain success. But if you don't take that advantage, if you don't roll those dice, you'll never know. And that's when that attack morphs into regret. The greatest job is full of regret. As a matter of fact, it's been said that our graveyards are full of treasures because there's so many people that have just kept their dreams hidden in their heart, in their mind, in their diet. So just as many dreams are in the graveyard, there are regret. Regretting anything puts you in a situation where you will not achieve your goal. You'll be one of those shoulda, coulda, woulda people. And we know that shoulda, coulda, woulda mentality will more entertaining. You'll be frustrated because you'll see someone else that has done what you desire to do. Instead of congratulating, you'll turn around and secretly be upset at the fact that they actually did. Instead of being upset at yourself and not doing it, why don't you do it? She wrote a book called The Top 5 Regrets of Your Life. And one of those big regrets was that the person wanted to live a life more encompassing of themselves instead of living a life that everyone else chose to live, chose to allow them. What that meant is that their decisions, their choices ended up impeding themselves. They ended up impeding themselves because they didn't want, excuse me, they didn't want the outside world to talk about it. They don't want their friends group to look at them funny. They didn't want anyone to say that religion is a failure if they didn't see that way. So they ended up keeping that circumstance in their heart, not letting it out. And over time, they plagued themselves with the regret and the fact that They never did. They didn't give themselves an opportunity. They ended up allowing divorce, allowing life, allowing everything to keep them from their dreams. Will Smith said this, the world is already kicking you. Why are you continuing to kick the stuff? And that's what regret is. Regret is the fact that you're choosing to kick yourself. You're choosing to stop yourself. Whatever is out here, the world, all these different things, they are influencing your decision. They're not making it. You have made the decision to stop. You have made the decision to stay stagnant. But in reality, you may have robbed yourself of the next $1 billion idea. And now you're regretful for that. Unfortunately, it's one of those you can't unscramble the egg scenarios, especially when you get much older. Me, I'm 52, about to be 53. And I have a lot of regrets. I regret the fact that I didn't do what I'm doing right now earlier. But I shifted that regret into saying, I'm going to give this a shot. Whether I succeed or not, that's irrelevant. Because at least I have the satisfaction of knowing that I attempted to. How many of you right now have a dream, have an idea, have something that you want to do, but you procrastinate, you delay, you tell yourself, I'll do it later. But the reality is, that right there begins the process of regret. Because you know you're never going to do it. And then 10, 20, 30, 40 years go by. And you say, I had this incredible idea. One day I never moved it. I'm going to date myself a little bit. But back in 96, Jay-Z had an album called Reasonable Doubt. And with that Reasonable Doubt, he said, he has a song called Regret. And the hook on the song said, you got to learn to live with regret. I love good regret. But I'll be honest, no you don't. You don't have to. Good morning, Miss Father. How you doing? You don't have to live with regret. And the way you don't live with regret, very simple. Just do what is in your heart. Do what you're supposed to do. Because the reality in that situation is that you're going to get a chance to do, like what I said, satisfy yourself. It shouldn't be about you. It shouldn't be about you having the unfortunate feeling of allowing outside circumstances to dictate how you're going to move. Again, regret, that's a big reason why so many people choose fail at doing what they want to do. Not fail. They don't even try. See, failing is actually attempting to do something, and it's not working out. But see, a failure to be reversed. Because when you continue to move on, you'll find the answer. Thomas Edison, it took 1,000 tries to make the light bulb. He was actually interviewed, and the interviewer asked him, how does it feel to have failed thousands of times? And Thomas Edison's reply was simple. He said, I haven't failed thousands of times. I just found 1,000 ways for it not to work. And over time, he's now credited with creating the light. You see, we can make the choice to not try. We can make the choice to sacrifice status quo. And when we make that choice, the only person that will hurt it is ourselves. See, the people on the outside, they don't care if you don't do it. Sure, they may ridicule you for attempting, but every person that achieves greatness was ridiculed, laughed at, joked, said it wouldn't happen by the outside. But in their minds, in their heart, they knew that they were going to achieve their goal, compel or hide work. If it doesn't work one way, you'll figure out another way to do it. And if you're determined, you'll keep on figuring out those different ways. That's one way of reward. That's one way of rewarding the goal. Simply doing it. Doing it now, continue to do it. Another way is to explain and set a date. Because when you make a plan and you decide to stick to that plan, when you set a date mentally, it gives you a drive and incentive to continue to move forward. Another way is simple. Stop procrastinating. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself you'll do it later. Because you know that you won't. You'll end up morphing that procrastination into regret. And again, regret is a horrible circumstance because it lasts for your entire life. A failure, the finite circumstance. I was listening to a podcast. The podcast is said, if I fail at something, and people laugh at me, it happens. But in 3 generations, those people won't even be remembered. So, do you want your memory in those three generations to be a legacy? Or do you want it to be some type of business? Ask yourself that important question. Would you rather fail at something you attempted to do? Or would you rather regret never doing it? That right there should be the ultimate question. I mean, put it this way. I put together a video this week, and I'm going to tell you. And it reminded me because there was a guy, one of the guys that, he was kind of my mentor. He wanted to be an NFL football player. But he decided to become a gym teacher. Now, obviously, after the NFL thing didn't really work out. But he decided to settle for a salary, paycheck, instead of following his dream, following his heart. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a gym teacher. But the reality is, he could have still pushed his NFL dream while he was there. He may have had to make some changes for adjustment, but the reality is, if you achieve your goal, then, well, your gym teacher job would have went by the wayside anyway. So instead of taking the 50% thought of failure, take the other 50% thought of success. What if I make it? What if I do it? And if you did, you get the shot of the world. All those doubters, all those haters, they will become admired. Because the entire time, they were praying for your downfall. But then, you succeeded. And when you succeeded, here's what happened. In their mind, they became jealous of you. They became envious of you. Because you did something that they thought against. I mean, it may not be going to NFL, but you may have wanted to be an artist. You may have wanted to be a scientist. But instead, you took a safe route and you settled. Because the world will convince you that you're not special. It'll convince you that you're not good. It'll convince you that you're just like everybody else. And here's what's interesting. Everybody else that has that idea and thought, they are going to die with regret. There will be something on their heart that they wanted to do. It's that rare 2 to 5% that follow their dream. They say, no matter what, I'm going to make it. Now, failure's hard because it's going to bruise your ego. And when you put so much into something and it doesn't work out, it definitely feels hard. But, like I said before, failure's temporary. And it may bruise your ego. But, regret that ends up damaging yourself, destroying you. So, would you prefer to have a bruised ego for a little while? Or would you prefer to be one of those people that are constantly going to therapy or a psychiatrist or taking some kind of medication to stabilize it? Because you've been broken. You've allowed the world to place you in a situation where you will be regretful. That's a hard thing. But I realized I would much rather be a satisfied failure than a person who's wondering, who lives in a world of regret, wondering if I could have did it, if I could have made it happen. Reality is the fact that everything we do is not designed for us to actually be successful, but it is designed for us to take that shot, to seek that opportunity. We are not designed to live with the regret. That's the reason why we face so much mental distress. We face so much heartache because we know that there was something we were supposed to do, and we didn't do it. I mean, God put us on this earth for a reason. And that reason was for us to explore our gifts, find out what it is, and do it. Now, He doesn't guarantee your success, but He does guarantee the fact that you can have a gift. It's up to you to make that gift successful. And success is however you measure it. It doesn't have to be money and fame. It can be you being the best version of yourself. But it's guaranteed that if you don't run after whatever that dream is that is in your heart, it'll become regret. You'll never be that version of yourself that you envision. You'll only be the version the outside world sees, the image that you're attempting to portray. And here's what's funny about that. Most people will find that, hey, no matter what image you're trying to portray, everybody's not gonna like it. So if everyone is not gonna like you anyway, are you still going to hold yourself back? Like Wilson said, are you gonna kick yourself because the world is telling you that whatever dream you have, whatever's in your heart, will never succeed? And they're gonna highlight your failures. Because what they're gonna do is make sure that they tell themselves that, see, I was right. There's no way he could do this. But then, when you do, you'll see the Frank Sinatra thing. One of Frank Sinatra's famous quotes, he says, massive success is the sweetest revenge. And that's because everybody else who wants to doubt you, they're now all looking at you. And instead of it being regretful to you, it's going to be regretful for them. Because one, they regret the fact that they ever told you you failed. And two, they are procrastinating on whatever is in their heart, whatever idea that they chose not to manifest. And then it becomes, like I said before, that psychological frustration. You're envious, you're jealous. All those things that work against you. All those things that end up putting you in situations where you need to seek therapy. You need help. Because you don't know how to celebrate a person when they're victorious. Instead, you become envious and frustrated and jealous of the fact that they did something. Something you may have wanted to do. Okay? Allow yourself to live in your regrets. Because when you do that, you will only cause yourself extreme mental anguish. Understanding that failing to do something, that's hard. Like I said before, that's just a bruise to you. But when you regret, it will live with you for the rest of your life. Like I said, the graveyard is riddled with regret. There are so many people that chose to not let some great inventions they may have, some incredible song, some speech. They never let the world hear it. They never let the world see it. And because they didn't, they passed away with whatever that opportunity was, locked up inside of them. And it became regret. It wore on you. From the minute they had the idea to the day they died, it never manifested. For some people, that's a pretty long time. I mean, think about it. You may have got an idea in your 20s, and you died at 83. All that time, regret was on the back of your mind. You were constantly telling yourself, well, I'll do it later. And then when you saw that someone else did it, you got jealous. You became envious. Instead of celebrating their victory, instead of congratulating them for doing it, you got mad at them. And in reality, you should be mad at yourself. Because that person didn't stop you. You stopped you. You need to look at the fact that you are the person that allowed the outside world to convince you that you do not have what it takes to achieve whatever goal is in your heart. Don't put yourself in that situation. Again, the reason why I'm doing what I do right now. I mean, I spent years thinking about it, but it wasn't until last year that I finally pulled the trigger and said to myself, you know what? It's either now or never. And I'm so glad that I made the choice to do it now. Because never becomes crazy. I mean, I have no idea about the afterlife, but I can probably say there are a lot of people in the afterlife who just simply wish that they had probably been. I mean, like I said before, Ronnie Ware wrote the top 5 regrets of the guy. These were people that were about to die, and they regretted the fact that there were some things, some goals that they could have achieved. And for some reason, they made the choice not to. I'm going to say this before I wrap up. Whatever is in your heart, find the ground and let it out. Understand this. You have to give it a gift. Whatever's playing on your heart, whatever's playing on your mind, every time you choose not to move it, that's one more day that you are allowing procrastination to morph into eventual regret. One day, you're just going to have to pull the trigger. Whether it's success or it's a failure, you'll never know if you don't make the attempt. And this is Jay Lewis. And this is another episode, like I said, the Grief Empowerment Livestream. I want you to realize that you have an infinite potential inside of you. And you have a choice to allow it to come out, or you can simply regret the fact that you never did it. And you can be on your deathbed with that regret. I'll see you later.